Yo, Pot TV, what's up?
Hey. Welcome back to another edition of Opus Live. And today, it's puffing tough. We're not screwing around, and here we go. Just like that.
You know, the pencils like David Letterman.
Fuck pencils, I got little bits of rolled up rolling papers.
Oh.
And a sound effect. Just ding somebody in the eye.
They say we look super big.
Super big.
I just took a bong rip. So.
We've been puffing tough. And we are Tough Puff. No, we're not. Actually, Puff Tough is a guy who was a member of the BCMP and a major poster on the forums.
I do remember Puff Tough.
Yeah. No, but we're...
it's been a while since I've been on the forums, actually.
We're puffing tough
today. I feel bad about it, actually.
And so that's what's happening.
Somebody else said, hi, everyone.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Because I didn't write that.
Yeah, that was Marius.
That's the other Jeremiah.
That's Jeremiah's twin brother. He went to different schools together.
That's right. I have a doppelganger. Here, I'll change my color to
brothers
a nice
from different mothers.
baby.
Who's this coming in? Oh, look!
It's
visitors!
Karina and Jody.
It's Karina and Jody.
How do you like our expanded lounge?
Well, we love the expanded lounge.
New couches, new tables.
Very expansive.
I like the oval shape of the
The new
tables.
tables,
Yeah, they're
which
cool.
will
I
last
noticed those
longer.
tables. They're
They
fantastic.
look classy.
Furniture Depot.
Furniture Depot.
Used furniture. I mean,
Yeah,
sorry,
big props.
used hotel furniture depot.
Oh, used
Hey,
hotel
free
furniture
mark.
depot.
Some sort of thing. That's not the name. That's what it sells.
Oh, okay.
Going on?
I thought you were telling me. It's not a very catchy name, is it?
Nice.
I guess they have a bunch of used hotels there, and you went through the furniture.
Okay. Hey, for anybody in the
here,
chat,
right on.
are you guys live right now?
We're
Yeah.
live.
So just pop in quickly.
Come on in,
Come
Jody.
on, Jody.
Jody,
I'm just going to
squeeze
say
in.
something quickly. If you're in Vancouver or the Lower Mainland and you make a trip down here to the BC Marijuana Party headquarters, lounge, and offices, please bring a food donation. I don't know, we
We're
could
gonna
maybe
fund
show the camera over there.
We
But
will.
we put up a tree on each floor, so we have 2 trees, and underneath I've put some canned food that we're going to encourage others to donate as well. So bring some food when you come down to the lounge, put it under the tree, and we'll get it to a food bank this holiday season. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that. And I'm off to get decorations. Bye.
Great. See you, Jody.
Bye, Jody.
Or wait, are we hanging here for a bit? We might hang
You
here
can
for a
hang
bit.
if you want. You're more than welcome.
Get high
to
with
hang
us,
here.
puff down.
All right.
Not Jody,
I'm
of
gonna
course, but
sit
Karina.
over here.
Jody's working, so you know. But I mean, Karina here, she's not. She can
Yes,
puff
yes.
down. All right. Before we go too far, I'll show you here today. We're giving away a T-shirt on Opus Live today. Here's the prize. Instead of the usual autographed copy of back issues of Cannabis Culture, we thought we'd give you a Cannabis Culture T-shirt today. So that's what's happening. Hopefully you can see that. There it is.
It's signed, too.
Yeah, and it is signed. It's signed by all of us, but it's in invisible ink. Actually, no, it's signed in black ink, so you'll have to look really hard to find that. I suggest that you smoke at least, I don't know, 4 major bong rips before you start looking. That'll probably help if you find it there. I think.
I think
for
so.
Sure.
I usually smoke 4 major bong rips before I do everything, so. Won't be much
Why
work
not?
for me.
Of course. I think that's that's good advice.
Yeah, it makes everything nice.
4 bong rips before you attempt
Smoke
to
2 joints and
do
4
stuff.
bong rips.
Just heard noise.
Sounds like somebody is a Tears for Fears fan.
Robots from Ontario. Yeah, I'm a Tears for Fears fan.
Oh yeah.
Not a big Tears for Fears fan, but that song's really nice.
80s.
I love the 80s, yeah.
All right. So we showed you the T-shirt we're giving away. We'll figure out shortly. We'll have to come up with a question.
Right.
I think
I
it's
think
going to
we
be.
can do
Maybe we should make it one of these words.
Which words?
One of these Jamaican words.
Oh sure, yeah, we should.
Yeah. Okay. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be tough if we don't give the answers, but I guess we'll give the answer during the show.
All right. Well, I'm going to actually no. I got one that I can. All right. Here's your. I'm disconnected on mine again. Look at that. See, fucked up on me. And I'm plugged in.
That's weird.
But it doesn't matter. I don't have to be on. All right. Here's the. First of all, I'll give you a definition. So we're going to make it easy. Not too hard.
We don't want to make it too tough for these guys.
These are Jamaican words. These are some Jamaican words. Abak means ago, sometime aback. October, which is easy. October.
What?
Afterwards,
Why is
food.
that one on the list exactly?
Afterwards, food.
Afterwards food.
Leftovers.
Afterwards.
Afterwards, food. Yeah.
So
man.
this is Jamaican slang.
This is just Jamaican terms. Age paper is your birth certificate.
Your age paper.
Yeah. August. It's August.
Sounds like haggis.
A Nancy rope is a spider web.
A Nancy rope.
So a Nancy,
Is a spider.
good man. Orange.
An orange.
Yeah, man. Bring me some orange juice.
So in Jamaica, though, we were just talking about this. They speak English in Jamaica,
They speak English.
but
They also
it's-
speak patois.
well, patois, yeah. So it's a dialect of English, but it's mixed with a bunch of other cultural
That's not one of mine.
references or something. Like, does some of it come from Africa or something? Where else does the language? Where
The
does it
languages, as far as I know, the patois is a blend of a lot of different dialects from Africa,
right
and
with English.
interspersed with English.
Right.
And the first rule is there are no rules. This is why it's very difficult to find a course or a dictionary or that type of guidance, like online. Even I did a lot of searching. There's a couple small short books on it that I've got, and the only ones I could find anywhere. And this is where I get my list of stuff from, also from my travels to Jamaica. So anyways, for the contest today,
Yeah.
to win a shirt, whoever was paying the most attention, obviously, what do you call a spider web? Pretty
a good
simple.
one.
I already told you.
Good
So
one.
you needed to be paying attention. And here's the deal. Send your answers to Mik at cannabisculture.com, but don't just put your answer in the subject of the email, so we don't have to actually open them all up. Then we can just see it like straight off the top. You know what I mean?
That's pretty good.
Makes more sense that way.
Yeah, but we also want their nicknames, and it may not be the same as their email address.
Well, okay.
Now it's
that's
getting
true.
complicated.
Now you got a point.
Just send it to us
never
in
mind.
some
Just
way.
send it to me in the normal
I'm
email.
sure we
Yeah,
can
just
figure
never mind that. Send it to me. I thought I had
We
some
don't have
great
anything
idea.
else to do.
I thought I had a great idea, but obviously it's not.
You didn't troubleshoot it.
It's not.
No,
that
I
bad.
didn't. Well, that's what happens when you're thinking by yourself. You need more people
Exactly.
around.
It's
Throw
good
this
to
shit
have-
out on the table, kick it around, and
I
dude.
totally agree with you, man.
Yeah. No. Okay. Thank you, Marius, for we're puff and tough.
It's easier
That's
to
why-
be an objective observer and make comments.
That's why we're puff and tough, and you're over there behind the scenes. All right.
What's the question they're asking?
What do you call in Jamaican a spider web? I just told you that we just answered it.
That's
we
right.
discussed it.
There they go. That's your answer, chatters.
So chatters, yeah, you have to figure out what's the Jamaican term for a spider web. And, it's probably easy to find that out online. It's pretty simple.
How many people were paying attention?
On another note, Sensible BC, Dana Larson's campaign here in BC is going really well. There's some video footage of him at an IMO conference. Just finishing, he's just wrapping up, I think, the island tour.
That's right. And I believe he was doing Duncan and then Mill Bay. So we've got a couple stops left. Or Duncan's today, Mill Bay's tomorrow.
And
or
he's
something
doing
like that.
Victoria, isn't he? Or does he have a Victoria stop? I don't know.
I don't think there is a Victoria stop.
No,
No,
it's
not
all,
this
it's
time
all
around.
the smaller rural areas.
Just doing some smaller ones. I'm sure he'll be back to the island. But on the front page of Pot TV right now, you can find 3 of Dana Larson's talks from the island. One in Parksville, one in Port Alberni, and one from Nanaimo.
Well, when you were there with me, we covered.
That's
the-
right.
Yeah, that was the
They were
kickoff
all-
of the island tours. We
It
covered
was,
that.
which was fun. Good crowd there in Port Alberni. A lot of great questions.
There
Some
was a
people in
good
the crowd
crowd-
who
good
weren't
crowd for
necessarily
Port
supporters
Alberni.
either. Like, it was good to see people coming out that weren't necessarily from our community and had some serious questions and some
And
legitimate stuff.
Those are the people that we're targeting.
Exactly.
We need to target.
Yeah.
And the nice thing that came out of that was one of our volunteers, Auntie Faye,
Yeah.
was there, and her mom came, who's, I guess, in her 60-something, early 60s or so, and brought a friend of hers who's easily in that age group.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was the other interesting thing.
they're
It's not young people
both
necessarily.
they're both out canvassing for us now.
A lot
They're
of older
actually
people.
walking the dike around in Port Alberta with sheets, sign-up sheets, are out there wandering around, signing people up and talking to their older. They're not. These aren't pot people, and these are the people we need to jump on board because, like it says sensible BC, and they sit there and they hear Dana, and they say, "Geez, that makes sense."
Yeah.
You know, it's not because these people want to smoke weed or start growing it. Well, they might because they did say they like the plants. They think they're they just like to look at them.
Yeah.
I've had numerous people comment to me, older folks, that they thought they were just really pretty, unique plants. They says if I could grow them, they said they would, but you know,
Dana
do
and
nothing
I
with them.
We're having a conversation about why there were so many older people at these events. And how there weren't very many young people, to be honest. I would say the vast majority of people were over the age of 40 years old.
We didn't get the pot crew. We had a couple of, older, my age pot smokers, but that was, mostly they were the non-smoking crowd.
And we were thinking, Dana said, you know, if grandma's telling her grandson about pot, that's great because the roles are kind of reversed there. Yeah. But I think it's probably because older people who have aches and pains and medical problems, they're interested in marijuana for medical use. And even though they can go and get an MMAR card or get it from the doctor, if it's legalized, the stigma gets taken away from it. It's a lot easier for people to get it that are medical marijuana users. You know, it's not easy in Canada for a medical marijuana user to actually become legal. Matt Murnaugh tried 13 different doctors. None of them would sign it. That's why he ended up getting busted. And that's why Judge Taliano, in Matt's case, has actually thrown out the marijuana laws in Canada until the government fixes them. It's on appeal, but we should find that out soon.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I personally, I mean, when you look at everything going on, though, the justices in Matt's case particularly expressed, I think there was a lot of disgust and almost exasperation with the fact, because these guys know they've been sitting there for the last 10 years, better than 10 years, watching all these cases go through the courts.
Yeah.
And against Health Canada, against this program, they're being brought, most of them by, you know, people that have been either arrested or were somehow placed in a position. It's not like we've had a pool of money to draw from to just initiate lawsuits. These came out of other sort of court cases, criminal cases.
Yeah.
So they've sort of been defense cases, and they've been constitutional challenges, which we continuously win. And I think the courts have seen a pattern of the government's unwillingness and just general defiance to so many of the court orders in so many ways that they've had enough of it and realized that the government doesn't have the best interest. They don't want a workable program. And even now, as one of the stories I'm going to get to, with the recommendations Health Canada is making and how they want to change the MMAR, they actually want to, I think they want to actually disband the MMAR as it stands, because they're talking about putting it in the hands of doctors directly and letting them be, as the doctors are looking at it, the gatekeepers. And that's something they don't want to be at all. And in fact, if I just get my papers here, I will. There's a story right now that's up on the front page of Cannabis Culture.
That's right. Still on the front page. The next time an article's posted, it won't be on the front page anymore. But
no, it's been moved down near the bottom. There's already
looks like it's just been pushed off the bottom. But is it maybe somewhere else on the front page?
Sorry about that, Chief.
That's all right. Jeez, we just have way too many damn stories up there. But if you click on the
420
to
our friends
button.
in Alberta and like that time zone.
Colorado.
Yo. Yeah. Better do a bond rip for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna load one up right now. It's the story on the front page of Cannabis Culture is called "Canadian Doctors Hesitant to Be Pot Gatekeepers" from December 5th, 2012.
That's it.
It's a CP story, I think, or
I believe it is.
Post Media. Sorry, Post Media. Yes. The old Can West holding Post Media. I used to work for those guys. Bunch of jerks, but I don't know about them now. They used to be. The Asper family used to be in charge of that thing, but
maybe Mr. Marius wants to come over and do a bomb rip.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he does. Here's a couple stats for you. Canadian Medical Association survey was sent to more than 2,200 physicians who've agreed to be surveyed online several times a year on various issues. In all, 607 responses were received with a response rate of just 27%. It's not a random sample, meaning it's not necessarily representative of the entire physician population. But it's a good snapshot of what physicians are thinking in general, and among those findings are that more than half, 57%, said they had insufficient information on the risks and benefits of marijuana for medical purposes. 42% of those surveyed said that patients seldom ask about using medical marijuana. 28% said they have never been asked, while another 27% said they are sometimes asked. And only 4% reported being asked often. And what would be interesting to find would be the demographics on that. Like what doctors you're getting asked often, like what's their clientele, like what are they working in free clinics?
Where are they?
Usually, which means they're dealing with a different class of people, whereas the ones who've never been asked, where do they have their practice? You know what I mean? Like it's all relevant.
I wonder if it's a
demographics,
random sampling or something. But.
Well, it's what happens is they sent out 2,200 surveys, and they only got 600 and something back. And if you see what I mean, the response level went down accordingly, and then it's all.
Here, I'll reload that. Actually, clear your chamber off there, brother. Clear your chamber.
35% of them who had been asked about the access said they never support such requests, while 40% would do so at least some of the time. 66% of the respondents agreed that Health Canada should offer liability protection to doctors who support a patient's request for marijuana. The Canadian Medical Protective Association, the group that provides liability insurance to the nation's doctors, recommends that doctors who complete the medical declaration also request that patients sign a liability form agreeing not to make any claim or complaint or commence any proceedings against the doctor in relation to their use of marijuana.
You want a bong rip?
What the hey?
Get it up.
We're puffing tough.
Puffing tough.
Puffing tough, man. Gotta do it.
Gotta light
Can't
it
sing though.
So, yeah. I think the doctors need to be excluded from the process somehow. I think that maybe it should be this way. If a doctor diagnoses that you have some particular ailment that the government says, medical marijuana is good for, then the doctor shouldn't actually have to sign any form. You should just be able to go and get a damn prescription for it.
Well, or the fact is, I think that when you go to your doctor, bring a liability waiver form, get something done up, illegal if you can, and be prepared to pay a couple of bucks to a notary and take it in and say, look, here you go, I've got to wait, I'm signing off on anything, man. Don't, I cannot sue you in any way, shape, or form. No complaints. I won't report, complain, snivel, whine, bitch, piss off, any, nothing. Right. And I'll even sign it and you could even sign a thing like, how the doctors, everything is in confidence.
Yeah.
So you could sign a reverse confidentiality that I refuse to discuss this with, media or anything else for that matter as well. Or divulge my doctor's name to anybody if they ask me about it. I mean, you could write off anything you could think of that a doctor might, mention to say he doesn't, as a reason he wouldn't sign your forms. And I've actually talked to people about this before when they asked me about what to do to get doctors to sign and shit like that, right? And I always say the same thing, just, go back there and continuously, with a lid,
sure,
and come back and always, like I say too, have a record every time you have a doctor's visit and you talk about pot and getting your papers, and the doctor says no. As soon as you get out of that office, find a place to sit down, have a coffee, write down everything that was discussed and what he said and what you said. So it's fresh in your mind and you've got a little file and you can, keep a record of all the doctor's visits I used to always grab a card from specialists or different doctors I saw, get their card, so I would have like their name, all the initials behind their name, their full address, and everything else, and like.
We're back.
Sorry, guys, we were
Technical
just
problems.
having a little makeup issue.
Live stream. Yeah.
You had a
needed
makeup needed a powdering. There was
Yeah.
glare. Had to take care of that. Oh, what the fuck?
I don't think it
Black
worked.
again.
Yeah. No. Oh, you're black, but
I am,
we're
but it
good
doesn't
here.
matter. Mine means nothing.
No, this one's we're looking good on this side.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
We're still, as long as, just tell us if we're there, as long as we're here.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the doctors. What the hell were we saying? Oh, yeah. Doc Chronic, he made a good point in chat here about doctors having all the info they need about pharmaceuticals and such. And like how much the kickback is. Whether they get hookers, golf trips, and more. Which is true. I remember watching an expose on, I don't know, 60 Minutes or W5, one of those shows. Might have been the Fifth Estate, you know.
Yeah.
And how
Good
doctors
quality journalism.
they would get doctors like say, oh, there's a seminar from some drug. Definite water right there for you, baby.
Oh yeah.
So from some drug company, and they'd say, oh, come and learn about our new drug. So they'd all go down to some nice resort for the weekend. Well, the seminar would be like 3 hours. And then it was 3 days of all kinds of like treats, like, and it was all free, paid for. And it was like kickback in a legal way. They weren't actually getting cash, which is illegal.
Right.
But they got all kinds of lavish trips and free drinks and all kinds of
there
entertainment.
Problem with the audio, Marius? Do you have? Okay.
We better? All right.
Right.
Pharma Hookers are the best. They don't mind if you roofie them. That's Bravo 420. Yeah, he says some of the greatest shit on Twitter, too.
Yeah, he is funny on Twitter.
You're a funny dude.
He
Bravo.
was battling with Michael Corrin with us. He probably was banned.
I saw some of
I
that.
think
Yeah,
actually
I saw
Mike.
some of those
I think
were
he
good.
re-added him, or Michael allowed him to add him again, or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, so what's next on the list there, Mick?
So, yeah.
Did the doctors thing.
So that's the doctor's muck. The this was something though. This was also in the same article that just makes me pissed off because the medical association's playing bullshit games too. Here they are, emergency rooms and psychiatric wards across the country are seeing large number of young people with reoccurring psychosis. I don't know, so I'm not so sure about that.
Recurring psychosis.
Yeah, people who are actively hallucinating and losing touch with reality. This is felt by researchers to be actually triggered by marijuana, said Reed, an emergency physician from Yellowknife. She said marijuana is no longer the same drug it was when she started practicing medicine 25 years ago. We know for a fact that marijuana is much stronger now. This is coming from Yellowknife. Oh no, it might not have anything to do with the continuous huffing of gas, or other, or all the other abuses that go on up there.
Give me a fucking break.
Come off.
We know actually that the science says that marijuana is no different, no stronger than it was 30, 40 years ago or whatever it was.
None at all.
Right. So, and actually sometimes they say that the original pure strains or the strains they had back then may have been even stronger.
That's right.
Because they've been so crossed and...
Because they're all hybrids now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, I'd like to say that the use of marijuana is probably helping the children from the other drugs.
Oh yes.
Right.
Definitely. So it's completely the opposite of what she's saying. So they could just like harming the children around her because if you take away their marijuana, they're just going to hurt themselves. And we won't on marijuana because we know it's not harmful.
Yeah. And I wonder...
Well, and that is so funny what Marius just said, because I've got a story right here that says, the title, Legal Marijuana is Good for Children and Other Living Things.
What's that from?
There you go. And you didn't even know that. There, look at that. You segued right in there without even having a clue. So how did that, can you imagine just how cool is that worked out just like that?
Where is it from?
Well, this will be another one, December 4th. 2012, and this would be from, just give me 2 seconds. I got it off of Alternate.
Alternate.
Okay. Here we go. Armanda Ryman, a policy manager for a Drug Policy Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
That's who wrote it. And when Mike, you're just got a choice.
Now we're on.
All right, sorry guys. Just
Weird.
seem to be having some problems with maybe it's the router or something.
It's probably live stream. It just seems that there's always something with live stream, so it's just inferior software for the most part, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's the internet connection here in Vancouver, but the internet connection on the island in many places isn't much better. So.
Yep. Anyways, so this gentleman, 22-year-old gentleman, missed a court date for simple possession of medical marijuana because he didn't have his recommendation from the doctor, and this is in Washington State that just legalized marijuana. So he went down to turn himself in, had to spend a night in jail, and was served a lethal meal of oatmeal containing dairy. But the most disturbing part is he had told the guards he was having a reaction, and they didn't believe him, and they let him die a slow death in his cell.
Wow.
Yeah. So the rhetoric the public is fed by the government that would have us believe the drugs are prohibited to protect the younger generation. Well, how can that be, though, when sanctions associated with the most commonly used illicit drug are creating more harm to young people than the drug itself ever could? Where have we heard that before?
Mm-hmm.
There's a story right now on the Cannabis Culture front page of a child in Oakland, California, who has seizures. There's a video attached to it. It's very disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the only thing that helps for a child.
Yeah.
But you know where we've heard that before about the substance, the laws being more harmful than the substance itself, was the 2002 Senate report.
Right.
They have the bumper stickers. It was like on the thing. It's just,
Yeah.
They found that the prohibition of marijuana is far more harmful than the substance could ever be on its own.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
so we've known about that now for a decade. That's been out there. So it's not like that's news. But here it is, just sort of coming out here in the story down in the United States. And somebody, of course, has to die. You know, some poor kid had to die from middle-class family for using weed medically, and he gets hassled and in the story it talks about the guards actually mocked him while he was having a reaction and suffering in his cell, and they mocked him, thought he was faking. Yeah.
Yep.
The Stanford prison experiment in real life.
But this goes on.
All right, we're back. Oh.
Oh, we're back.
We switch routers.
We switch routers, and hopefully that takes care of everything. Is the mics all working? You got sound?
Sound looks to be okay.
Rock and roll.
Hear us okay out there?
And did you go back in and switch it and get rid of that
Yep,
second
thank you,
speaker
Ron.
output?
It didn't come back.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate it very much.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go backwards.
I'm actually constantly in the
Going backwards.
What are we going back to do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back and recap for those people who maybe have joined us late. The contest. How many viewers? We got 44 viewers. Cool. So the contest today, we have Jamaican Words, and we're gonna start bringing, like every show, I'm gonna mention more Jamaican words. We're gonna keep going through like the book, and I'll pick out some good ones for you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Good.
we had one of the things was I mentioned what a Nancy was,
Yes.
and you mentioned, well, it was a spider.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what's a Nancy rope?
Yeah. That wasn't the question.
That was the answer. Actually.
That was the answer.
Was that the answer?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, well, I fucked that
That
up.
wasn't the question. That was the answer.
All right,
Well,
well, that's the answer.
So you got the answer.
There you go. What did we ever tell that?
That's funny.
All right, we're puffing tough. What can I say? There's the recap.
Yeah. So you just.
It's a future cap.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you record the show live.
Take another bong rip, maybe?
Oh, God, I think so.
Oh, at the same time, Wave thought of do a bong hit Opus.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, well, I guess I have to. Okay.
You must.
Give me that thing. I'll
Two
fix it
people
up.
said it simultaneously.
Fucking A. There's been a lot of that going on here on the show today.
A lot of synchronicities happening.
There's a lot of
I'd
chronicity.
say. There's a lot of chronicity.
Even though we don't have chronicity
and this
here
is a
with
weird
us today.
thing. I actually, call me crazy, but does it seem like people are getting a little crazier as well? Maybe it's just me. But I think that I see a lot of weird things happening lately, and I just feel like...
Yeah, I know why.
Why?
It's the zombie apocalypse. It's around the corner.
2012,
It's
December 21st.
21st, 2012.
Could be.
Zombie apocalypse is upon us. People are getting crazy. It's the pre-zombie apocalypse.
A lot of lunatics out there. Luna. That's a nice big bong rip.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, I really do think there are more of those synchronicities happening lately, at least to me and the people that I know. And plus, there's a lot of kookiness. Everybody's emotions seem to be a little higher than usual. But I don't believe in any of that December 21st crap.
Well, you can either look at December 21st as the end or the beginning.
Yeah, I guess so. Of like some outdated culture's calendar or something? Is that really what the big deal is? I don't know. Nobody's ever been able to like convincingly tell me anything that would make me think that something is actually going to happen. I've read some of Daniel Pinchbeck's stuff, and I don't really...
Well, I think it's like I think I said it before on the show that we're coming into the time of the green, where like we're gonna see like pot's gonna be legal. There's more and more states are gonna legalize, and as soon as that happens, countries around the world that have been wanting to liberalize drug laws are gonna start doing so very quickly. There'll be what? Who's gonna stop them? The United Nations? You know, that ain't gonna happen. The violence in Mexico alone, like these people are fed the fuck up. They're surprised the whole rest of the country hasn't rioted and gone after these cartels by themselves, just by the sheer hundreds of thousands, and dummied them all up. You know, really, people are fed up, and including governments. The Mexican government has said that the United States no longer has the moral authority. And this was echoed by a Jamaican minister and other elected officials from various countries all around the world. So, you know.
It's true.
But what I've been telling people now, the really cool thing is a year from now, or maybe even 6 months from now, but either it'll be Colorado and or Washington, and someone's going to do the books and go, holy fuck, you know how much money we've saved before they collect a single penny in taxes. Once they see in 6 months, 8 months, a year down the road when they do the budget and they go, my God, we saved, well, holy shit, that's going to open a lot of eyes. And every state around those states go, fuck that. We want in on that fucking action right now.
Yeah.
We could save this much money just by not busting people for weed, just by not busting adults for pot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll go through. That'll rock and roll real fast. So that, you know, like that's what I mean by the whole, you know, prohibition is crumbling now. It's falling down. It's unwinding. It's coming down. And the more people who...
Still got a long way to go.
The people, yeah, oh, absolutely.
But,
and even when it's legal, we'll still have to work on all the regulations and, you know, fine-tuning, you know, growing and this and all these little things. Sure, there's no doubt about it. And even the tax
Here in
model.
Canada,
the tax model is going to take time to break down properly and set up a proper...
A lot depends on local government.
Well, that's what I think eventually we'll have to all break down to a more localized thing. Like certain communities won't want it, some will, and... Which is the way it should be, I think.
Right.
Really. Like some places now, they have dry communities, you know, or...
I still kind of think that's ridiculous.
Well, but, you know, really, do you want to move into a community that's heavily young families and young school kids and stuff like that? Is that where
That's true.
as a single
I don't
guy
have anything.
or
I wouldn't
or
want to live
younger-
there, but
younger childless couple who smoke a lot of weed and like to sort of more open cannabis culture lifestyle?
well,
Are you going to go and say, gee, we think living in an area with a whole bunch of small kids is a good idea? No,
I'm not
you're
convinced that they would be that much different.
Gonna,
I don't know. I think people.
because I find there's a lot of that
the
urban
percentage of
culture
people
like
who
that.
are drinking liquor and then getting in my face or getting in the face of other people around them, that happens, but it's probably not that huge of a percentage. I don't know. I understand that booze, there's a culture around it and bad things are associated with it, but there's bad things associated with lots of different things in culture, and I don't know. It's hard to judge and throw one out like that. I wouldn't want to live in a dry community. And it's not just because I like drinking. Even if I didn't like drinking, I still wouldn't really want to live in one. I don't know. It's not as free.
Well, I don't believe that prohibiting things like that are good because people will do them anyways if they want them. So,
Yeah.
education is obviously the best way to go about things.
Yeah. If you're not
Sorry,
hurting
you need
anybody
something, sir?
else, then why should the government have anything to say about it?
Crinkling as if somebody's playing with their mic, but nobody is. So I don't know. It's great.
All right. So,
Somebody said lots of MDMA around
I just
here.
noticed that. Valley Boy. What's that all about? Oh, around here, around his community then. Oh, I get it. Okay. You're getting a lot of communications.
Yeah.
All right. So, what else is happening?
I know, I apologize.
So, yeah, I saw you were talking about on your show back then about Vice magazine.
Right.
They were at my place as well.
Yeah. They came here and hung out with us.
They were
in
here the
building.
next day, and Greg's show. I saw that looked like a
Yeah.
whole lot of fun.
That's right.
And you're going to get those other ones I put up. I got some other videos. I had Shaw TV was over at my place, and they did a great promo
Right.
for Sensible BC. And Jeremiah's going to get that up at Pot TV soon.
That's a great video.
They did a great job.
Yeah, I think they did.
Well, I've worked with them quite a bit. I actually had my GoPro, my helmet backwards for the toy run.
Oh, yeah.
And gave them all that footage. Plus, I was riding in the parade on my motorcycle and gave them footage. I had the camera on my front forks. Was doing donuts not donuts, but circles in the parade route. So,
Yeah.
I work in the community a lot. Well, in Port Alberni.
I am
doing
really stoned right
volunteer
now.
work. Baker Rooney.
Yeah, my eyes.
Well, we're puffing tough.
Yeah, that's right.
So-
And didn't even have a second bong rip yet,
Oh,
and I'm
I've
about
done
to.
two. You gave away the answer to the contest.
Yeah, you did. That was funny.
That's
That's
the way
good.
it goes. Let's do some more Jamaican words.
Tell them the one that you told me about the trucks.
Oh yeah, no, that's the ones I'm going to read.
Oh, okay, all right,
yeah,
all right.
yeah. That's the ones I'm coming back to. Okay.
Somebody asked what we're smoking. Maybe we should ask everybody what they're smoking.
What are people smoking? Tell us in the chat. How
Yeah,
many people are in
sure.
the chat right now, Marius?
What
Or
are you
wait, I can
guys
see.
smoking?
33 users in the chat,
Oh, I
it
see
looks like.
50. I see we got 50 viewers.
50 viewers, 33 people in the chat.
Oh, where do you see the chat?
There's, if you click on the bottom here, in your little man picture,
down
you can see
there.
how many users are online right now and who they are.
Oh yeah. Cool.
There you go. Live stream.
Nice. Full chat. All right, we got some other Jamaican terms. How about this one? Bon Bakakal, which means stupid.
Stupid.
You must bon Bakakal. Okay, here's a good one, which people are going to confuse, I know. Babbit. Not dabbit, no. Babbit,
Babbit.
which is to cut off.
To cut off.
And this is the one you're referring to. Baba Green,
Yes.
which basically means asphalt. And it comes from the machinery used to put the asphalt down, which was made by a company called Barber Green. They're manufacturer of
Baba
paving
Green.
equipment.
Yeah.
Baba Green. You're gonna ride on the Baba. Oh, there's a new Baba Green on Here's one. This is good. Back and belly, which means two-faced. So you could say Thomas Mulcair is back and belly.
Back and belly.
Bag-a-mout is a windbag. Batty rider are mini shorts, or I guess hot pants.
Ah, nice.
So you could say, you look fat in Batty rider.
Wow.
A big no-do
Really informative.
is a boastful person.
Say that again?
A big no-do.
Big no-do.
Big no-do.
He's a boastful person.
A boastful person.
These are great. Oh, I like these.
A boopsie is a kept woman, usually just between 17
Chris
and
Bennett's in the
24.
house.
Well endowed. Hey, Chris.
Doing a live broadcast, Chris.
He's just-
Hey, how'd the what did everybody think of the conference? You get any feedback from people?
Well, it's like, you know, I already had hundreds, like, shows, like, we've had, like, Ruck's lectures had, like, 700 views on
Right, on YouTube?
YouTube.
Nice. Yeah, I put them all up, or most of them. There's one that it still isn't up yet, and that's the weed guy, Mark Clokeeds. That one's not online yet, and it's because I didn't have a copy of the film that he shows in it, and I wanted to be able to show the good version of it. So,
Yep.
yeah, we are live.
Rockin'.
Yeah. You want to come say anything? And well,
Cool.
Chris Bennett. We're talking to Chris Bennett.
Just
Right,
Chris
man.
Bennett in the house.
Yeah,
Yo,
Cannabis
peace,
Roots
man.
Conference.
Cultivate
Check it
freedom.
out on Pot TV. PotTV.com/Cannabis Roots, and there should be some links. And or if you just type in Cannabis Roots on Pot TV, you'll find the videos.
So, man, here, what do you think this means? Brucktummick.
Brucktummick. What do I think it
Brucktummick.
means? I don't know. I could hardly fashion a guess on that one.
A steep hill.
A steep hill. Well, yeah, I'm glad I didn't try.
Yeah.
Brucktummick.
Brucktummick.
Not one of those other kind of tummies.
No. A
Why
brucktummick.
does it have any logic to it?
No, they don't give you a definition or
Right.
nothing. It just merely, that was it. Some of them come with little definitions, but some don't. Hey, here's something good, and we should be pressuring the Harper government as much as possible. And that's for labeling of GMOs. Genetically modified organisms, or basically genetically modified food crops in particular. How come they never...
Wasn't there just a case lost about that, or something was lost in the United States where they don't have to label anything, or was that here in Canada?
It might have been here.
I think it was here, actually. I can't remember now. Jeez.
Basically, I know I saw a bit, though. Alex Jones from InfoWars.
Oh.
You like Alex Jones.
Oh, I love Alex.
He's got a bit
He's a
out
character.
there,
I don't know if I believe it what
about
Alex says,
GMO
but I like
foods.
him. I think he's funny.
Putting lots of pressure on Monsanto and Obama now. Apparently, Obama's getting a lot of pressure too, coming from a lot of different sides. They're actually gaining ground on labeling GMOs in the United States. I think there's been a lot of pressure, and it's been heavy, steady. And then also Bill Maher slammed Obama on GMOs. There's a good video up. The bit is over at MoveOn.org.
I like Bill Maher too.
That's right.
He's
Oh,
funny.
I love Bill Maher. And that's
Although
why
I don't know if
come
I
over.
believe everything he says either. So
But
I
like
might
the way
believe more of Alex Jones than Bill Maher, possibly.
But I like Bill Maher's slant.
Well, either way,
I
yeah,
like-
they're both good in their
Yeah.
own.
So, anyways,
Yeah, Alex
Now,
Jones is
and
kind of a
here's the
nut
part
job.
that- but
Somebody
this is-
said, but
here's
I still
Bill
think there's a
Maher.
lot of really great content there and a lot of great stuff on his website and on his radio show.
But
Even though
you know-
half the stuff he says is a little crazy, but
in 2007, Obama said definitively he was going to label GMOs, and he's done nothing. Okay, so there's a crock of shit. And instead, what he did was appointed Michael Taylor, who was the ex-VP of Monsanto, who is in a position now as food czar, which is why one of the most recently, they just had
Czars.
another Monsanto, I don't know, crop or whatever product that was just recently okayed, was fast-tracked and okayed
Right.
for use. Gee, these are the same people that make, I mean, the corn they make has an organism in it that they've modified, so it creates its own Roundup insecticide in the corn.
yeah.
I mean, this is bullshit. So
Willy dog.
all we're saying is, we want at least no. And here's this is what the industry says why they can't. Their argument was there'll be people will get hysterical and no one will buy it.
Right.
Well, gee, I mean, if if it's that good for you, why not tell us what's in it? If it's so good.
Yeah, I don't understand why it wouldn't be labeled.
Well, and so many. I mean, so many other countries have just said, no and banned it. And we're talking third world countries like India, Pakistan, and places that say no, you can't even give it away.
Yeah,
we won't take it. So it can't be that good. And
look at this picture that was on my phone of the weed guy here.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one floating around. Throw that up on the camera. That'll come up.
There's the weed guy
with his 30-gram joint.
Is it too low, too high? It's a big ass joint.
Yeah, that came through a bit.
Nice.
30-gram joint. Yeah, he always weighs up his joints, doesn't he?
So, yeah. I guess he does. I don't think he always does, but when they're that big, he does. Was that Ray over there? Hi, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Hello, Ray.
Hi.
Hey, want to come do a bong rip on TV?
Yeah.
Come on the show and do bong rip.
Ray, Baked in BC. Ray, BC Marijuana Lounge. Ray,
Space Cadet Ray.
Space Cadet Ray, bong ripping Ray.
Ray Gun.
Ray Guns.
Come on back.
All right.
Yeah, you don't want to meet her in a dark alley.
Yeah, she will kick the shit out of you.
Exactly.
Hold on, Mickey got a lighter over there?
Hell yeah.
Give this lady a lighter here. There you are. So what's going on with you?
I was just about to start work.
Oh, very nice.
You're opening up the second floor Vapor Lounge here. We can expect an audience coming in shortly.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just about 4 o'clock.
Here at 303 West Hastings.
303, it's 307.
No, 307 is the store. 303 is next door. We're actually in 303.
Well, it's
I thought
upstairs
303 was
above
the office upstairs.
307 West Hastings, above Cannabis Culture headquarters, Mark Emery's Cannabis Culture headquarters store. We're upstairs on the second floor.
No,
And it'll be open here in
I'd say
about
go
2
upstairs,
minutes.
but-
As soon as Ray's done having some bong rips.
Yeah.
Probably. Right
Yeah.
on. So come on down for the last half hour of the show and join us here. And you're welcome to come on the show and do bong rips too.
That's right.
Fine by me. I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Always a
Nice
pleasure.
work.
Here, why don't you
Awesome.
take Duchess?
I will take Duchess.
See what's going on here. What? Oh, look.
And I was kind of jealous here.
if I was a postman, I'd say 303.
If you were a postman, you'd say 303. If you're trying to find it from the street, that's right. If you're trying to find it from the street,
Upper.
though.
I accept your apology. Colbert saying.
No apology submitted.
All right. Well, where were we?
Where the hell are we, man?
Where were we?
Wait a minute.
Mick's not here.
Mr. Postman.
Where did we go? Where have we been?
Well,
Are we there? Have
Ray
we?
came and took
Dude, where's my show?
Okay, we talked
Dude,
about
where's my show? I like that. I like that. Dude,
Yeah.
where's my show? Oh, that's your
That should be
head,
the-
hemp
say that
hoodlum.
again.
Hemp hoodlum hat.
Ooh, that's a
There's a
tongue
mouthful.
twister right there.
Yeah.
Hemp hoodlum hat.
It's the one
yeah,
I thought
it's
was
true.
the Amnesty International, but no, it's
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. This is a hemp hoodlum hat. This hat is made of hemp by a company that makes a lot of hemp clothes. We like them. We sell them in the store. They make some good quality stuff. Come on down to 307 West Hastings.
and
definitely the
307 West Hastings.
and speaking of the
Vancouver
store
to,
at
get your
307
hemp hoodlum
West
gear.
Hastings,
And they haven't paid me to wear this hat. It's just a
10%
nice
off.
hat, and I'm wearing it.
I think everything is 10% off.
10% off everything for Christmas. Yeah.
10% off everything off in the store right
That's
now
right. Is it
until
right now?
Christmas. I think so. Pretty
Okay.
quick.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, we're into December,
We need to
so
figure that out.
if not, it'll probably be this week sometime, I'm sure,
Mhm.
or for the next couple of weeks or soon. So that's coming up. So yeah, tell them Opus sent you.
I put in the website address too for them.
And so yeah, that's a good thing. It's going on. You could do all your Christmas shopping. And for everyone on your list who smokes
that?
marijuana or doesn't or should, or needs to. And then there's even other cool stuff like hemp stuff and things like that. So you don't even have to be a pothead to shop at CCHQ.
No, but it helps.
Games, books, glassware, clocks, all kinds. Incense.
Yep.
Everything you need but the weed.
That's right.
Yeah,
And lots of different herbs and other things are available at the Urban Shaman right in the back of our store.
Yeah, that's right. That's inside. There you go.
And I really like our stash case collection. Like all the stash cases we have. Like how they take regular products and turn them into little stash containers. Those things are hilarious. There's a whole shitload of them down there, and they're funny. You know, like Pringles containers and all those different things.
Oh, the Heidi stash things.
Yeah. I think I have a Coke can one, or I had a Coke can one. That was pretty cool. And I have a salt shaker, and it actually functions as a salt shaker.
Yeah. I like the. Have you seen the water bottles?
Yeah, and they actually have water in them.
You can actually put water in them and refill them, and so you can drink out of them. Yeah.
And that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was a good idea that somebody came up with there.
Smart. Yeah, it's weird how they make the part of it like invisible, the stash part, and so nobody would notice it. If it's laying in the back of your car or something, you get pulled over by the cops, they'd never even think to look into it. Yeah.
Well, the one I liked was on Granville Street. This was years and years ago. And I was waiting in line at a movie.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this guy across the street, and he's obviously selling weed.
Yeah.
And what he would do is he'd be like, I guess he's sitting then he's like, weed, you need weed, And I'd watch people go up to him, hand him money, and then he'd direct them over, like on the other side of the side, like just over there on the sidewalk, there was a cigarette pack laying beside the garbage. And they would go over and pick up the cigarette pack, I guess, open it up, pull out a little baggie of weed, put the cigarette pack back on the ground and walk away.
Yep, smart.
Yeah, and I was like, well, there's a good idea.
Genius.
You know, this is a street dealer. I thought it was kind of
in case he gets busted.
Yeah.
Say. But if somebody comes along and wants to jack his smokes.
Well, he's probably going to run after him. There's, a bunch of them all standing around. These are younger guys, right? They're all standing out there on the street.
Smart.
I'm sure they're every day, they're like, tough guys. Nobody's going to, hey, you, hey. Yeah, no, you're not going far with that. No. And I'm sure if the cops, the only people who are picking it up and walking off with it are
some neighborhoods
cops.
have toughs in them that run the neighborhood, and nobody else is allowed to do anything in that neighborhood. And if anybody comes into that neighborhood, they get run the fuck out.
Yeah, they find out real fast. Hey, man, you're in the wrong neighborhood. You shouldn't be here doing that.
That happens a lot. Even right here in Vancouver, it happens all over the place.
Well, we won't get into that, will we? Because we won't even go down that road.
It happens all over the place.
There's no need.
All over the place.
Here's a good story that I've been following. I'm sure we all should be following more and making a big fucking stink. Is this what's come up with the F-35 fighter plane procurement? Now this was going on. This has been going on for some time. This was the whole. The Conservatives didn't want to release the figures to Parliament, and they were actually found in contempt over this.
Right.
And so now it's come back to bite them in the ass because this is actually going to get canceled after
how much has been
millions.
What about the imminent threat of air attack that we Canadians face every day?
Yeah,
that's right. From drunken Cessna pilots.
I know. Who's
from
attacking?
hang glider?
Who's attacking us with planes?
From oddball hang
Why
gliders.
does Canada even need a military at all? Like, what are we doing with this military?
I think the only time we got attacked by air recently was when that woman fell from to her death from a hang glider, if you could call that an attack.
Yeah.
Somebody dropped something on us that could have.
Does our really?
That was. I know that
seems
was
ridiculous.
terrible.
Why is our military doing anything at all right now? It shouldn't be doing anything.
Well, we're supposed. I guess we need to replace the F-18s that we've got because they're just reaching the end of their lifespan.
Yeah.
So we patrol the Arctic, and there's some uses for it.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
unfortunately, we don't.
I can see that.
I'm just tired that we're in a aggressive role, and we've abandoned our UN peacekeeping rules. I like it when we wore the
if
blue
we were
hats.
monitoring and watching over our own area and territory instead of sending them overseas to drop bombs on brown people, then I wouldn't be upset about it. But,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And much of, but I mean, really, like Andrew Coyne, I'm sure we from CBC, and he sometimes writes in Maclean's magazine, pretty much sums up the F-35 debacle when he calls it a failure of democratic accountability. It's hard to disagree when the Post media columnist says the Conservative government is guilty of electoral fraud.
Yeah.
This government decided to buy this particular aircraft without seeking competitive bids, then designed specifications to suit the aircraft ex post facto. They betrayed sound practices in a flagrant way. They went on to disassimilate the true cost of the purchase and refused to share information with Parliament, for which it was held in contempt. The contempt citation precipitated the general election campaign, during which the national media conveniently forgot about the brewing F-35 scandal. Then the Conservatives successfully framed the voters' choice as one of instability and uncertainty versus a secure, competent majority government. Hey,
What's going on? Oh, Jessica.
Hey,
Hi, Jessica. We're doing a live show.
Just about every major newspaper in Canada that endorsed a party endorsed the Conservatives. That group included those that had been sharply critical of Prime Minister Harper's contempt for the democratic institutions, only partly exemplified by his government's behavior on the F-35 file.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Defense Minister Peter MacKay and the Prime Minister were emphatic. This government would buy the F-35 no matter what others had to say. End of story. So far, the government's only defense of itself is to say, as Public Works Minister Ron Ambrose says in the House, that it has reset the aircraft purchase process, a process that will now be transparent. And why should we believe them now? They've been talking about they campaigned on transparency and accountability, which they've had neither of. This government is has the worst record for transparency and accountability, and this is why they were the only government ever found in contempt of Parliament, because they weren't accountable with figures.
Right.
So the article it talks this
These
going
guys are
on.
always being. They're just totally in contempt of everything. They
Really?
have contempt for everything.
This is
That's what it really is.
And it seems like every Conservative party that gets into election runs on fiscal responsibility, and as soon as they get in, they're like worse than they accuse their opponents of being.
Oh, always. It's
That's
just
what happened in the
brutal.
States when,
And they're not conservative at all. They're totally not conservative. They spend more money than anybody else, and they give huge subsidies to corporations and things. That's not very conservative.
taxes for rich people, etc.
Yeah. No, it's bullshit.
Well,
I'm calling bullshit on the Conservative Party. They're
listen,
not conservative.
just
Very few real conservatives in politics, it seems.
Yeah.
really?
Ron Paul's a real conservative, right? But that's a paleo-conservative style, like libertarian conservatism. That's a different sort of. I'm a libertarian socialist, so I kind of fall into that territory. I don't necessarily believe with what Ron Paul says about the Austrian theory of economics and all of those things, but I like his ideas better than those of any other conservative out there.
Well, they had this. It goes on here. Let's see. That just about everything the F-35 deal was flawed from the beginning, starting with the fact that, as a Rideau Institute Stephen Staples pointed out back in 2011, the F-35 is not even the appropriate aircraft for the task of protecting Canada's Arctic and coastal frontier. He explained that F-35s are designed as heavy attackers and bombers, suited more for aggressive action than light, deft, and mobile defense of remote and isolated territory. So right away, it was just not the aircraft for Canada. And I remember hearing that wasn't suited for the north, and it had the wrong avionics, and all the avionics had to be replaced. That ridiculous costs. So again, like, you have bad choice. They didn't put it out to public tender. They said, no, that's the one we're going to get.
Right.
Because what really was going on was they were just going along with their buddies in Washington and say, yeah, we'll keep supporting these same groups because that's their friends and they want to send, we'll just send you the money. I mean, that's just blatantly. Now, one of the things also that's problem with democracy and why it's being eroded, it seems so much in Canada, is if you're going to have a really democratic process, when you're elected, it's hard to get shit done. And that's, and it used to take like forever for the government to ever do anything because they were being democratic.
Right.
So it seems progressively now with more and more governments, they take away the democratic process. They go, you know what, we'll just take charge ourselves. We'll just say this is what we think is good. We'll just do it, and to hell with it, right? Because they want to get stuff done.
Yeah.
So the only reason somebody takes that stance to get things done like that is there's another motive.
The sound
There's
is
got
off
to
right
be an
now
ulterior motive. No sound?
They're saying that there's a 2-second delay on the sound. Our vocals must not be moving to our lips. Maybe.
No, we're having that freaking problem. Stop and start.
We can stop and start.
Yeah, maybe, or just maybe refresh the camera. Here, let me try something first. Hold on a sec. Yeah. Okay. So
look, I think we're back.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
There we are.
I'm not actually on here. I'm logging in to Hotmail.
A little contest action.
See what's going on in the contest.
Right. What was the last thing we were just talking about there? I don't remember now. The contest, of course.
F-35 procurements.
Right,
for the
but we should probably
planes.
give the question again for the contest that we already gave the answer for, but we should give the question again for.
All right. What's the question?
The question was, how do you say spider web?
How do you say spider web
in Jamaican slang?
In Jamaican slang.
Jamaican
That was it. Oh my
patois
God, look at all
or whatever it
these
is.
people.
Or maybe I don't know if that's really part of
No,
that
that's
or
not
what.
it. All right.
How's that? This time it's good? No, it says, okay, cool, no delay. Delay again, they say.
The delay is back.
Some people said fine now, perfect.
Well, I can't tell.
It was perfect and then it went to a delay? Is that what happened?
I don't.
Now it's okay, it says.
It's up and down. It may be the internet sync.
Strange.
Oh,
Well, we'll see what happens with our Procaster version of the recorded version. It'll probably be fine.
Yeah, this should
But
be fine. It's going directly. It's feeding
everybody says good.
the microphones and cameras.
Right. All right, what was next on the list? Oh, Colorado's doing some stuff here.
yeah, you talk for a minute. I'm going to write down these.
Oh, well,
these.
there was also Bill Clinton who came out and he said some stuff recently that was pretty cool about the drug war not working. So in Colorado, I'll just read you a little bit here. This is from the Denver Post. Colorado will rewrite medical marijuana business rules. Another tongue twister headline. The state agency charged with policing medical marijuana dispensaries is preparing a broad rewrite of its rules for businesses, just as the state begins to contemplate regulation for recreational marijuana stores. In an announcement on its website, the Department of Revenue's Medical Marijuana Enforcement Division, or MMED, promises to release a draft of the rewritten rules by December 28th. Based on industry feedback and its own experience, the MMED has determined that the majority of the existing medical marijuana rules are in need of amendment. So it looks like they're moving towards some other kind of system in Colorado here. This is good stuff. I like seeing these things happening. In Washington, the liquor board there is also setting up a system of distribution for marijuana. Supposedly it's going to be like 300 or more stores by the end of the year. It should be interesting to see what happens. So that's in the news, and you can find that article also on the front page of Cannabis Culture, or a link to the full one at the Denver Post. And here's Karina. Hi, Karina.
And as
Oh.
I would also, guys, if you could just come in with like send one entry and not 3 or 4, it would really help.
Right.
That's just,
Okay.
Unless you're changing your answer.
Okay. I will be back in just a second here. I'm gonna have to go for a second.
Yeah, no worries, buddy.
Okay.
No worries.
It's just about 4:20 though, so don't
It's
forget.
almost, I know, we're almost there, dude. I was going to say, don't be gone long. It's 4:17. I'm trying to just get down here and getting all the right people in here that got the right answer. No, missed that one. Oh, look, here's Gidget. She's paying attention. Gidget had the right answer. Want to do a bong rip, Marcus?
Sure.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. I'll do a smaller one. Jeremy always overfills it, but he's got big lungs.
And then Yoda's got the right answer. Nope. What is this? Almost here. Almost done. Just give me a minute, folks. You got it. Lots of right entries, a whole bunch of wrong entries or incomplete. You sure can, buddy.
Thank you.
And last one. No, not that one.
Getting clogged there.
Yeah, I noticed that. All right. Fair enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 correct answers.
Stand up.
Yeah, and in future, folks, those of you know who you are. You only need to enter once. Like I say, unless you're changing your answer. So I
It makes it a little confusing.
Yeah. I know that I wanted to mention that when I got home and I was looking for the winner's address and I went, holy moly, is that how many people? Anyways, no worries. Oh, kudos to Suzanne and Linda for getting out there and signing up people for Sensible BC. It's extremely appreciated. And I hope other people who went and got to watch Dana's speech and... Oh! 420! Lighter. Thanks. Sorry.
Happy 420, everybody.
Happy 420. Happy 420! So, alright, I'm not even on the chat either, so...
Yeah, I'm not sure if I know how to do it.
I'm gonna sign out of there.
Is that what it?
See if I can come back to the chat anyways. There we go.
Oh no, I don't know.
So I'm
how
gonna have to make up. So I should make up some of these things and write these down on slips of paper. Here, man. 420.
Thank you.
Jeremiah's missing it.
MIA. That's why I'm his associate.
That's why you're his associate.
Oh, there we are.
Alright, so we've got our entries, and I got a hat.
Nice.
Alright, so, oh look, we're back.
Yes, I think I managed to get onto the right page too.
Yeah, I'm here too. All right, well, thanks, folks. I appreciate everybody tuning in today very much. Got 56 viewers right on for Monday, December during the holiday season when people I know are really busy doing all kinds of cool things, shopping and running around, out and about. I know, actually driving down to the ferry this morning, holy fuck, I should have left earlier because the traffic was just retarded. I thought, what are all these people doing out at this hour of the morning?
Yeah, many stoners don't actually wake up until Tuesday.
Not this one. I'll tell you. It's all right. Here's what we're drawing for today. This wonderful Cannabis Culture cotton t-shirt that's been signed and autographed.
Yep, by all the staff.
All the staff and even some people on the street that we just sort of dragged in here. Made them say,
see if you can spot the secret signature.
See if you can count. I want to know how many signatures you can find. Count them all. See how many you can come up with.
What's Jeremiah doing anyway?
I have no idea. Talking to somebody about something. Somebody just needed a check.
I guess somebody
was here
needed
for a
something,
check
I
or
guess.
something. Yeah. Here,
So
let's draw.
It's my magical hand.
Draw one of those out
My
of there.
left hand is
Find a good
spirit
one.
hand. Here we go. And you got it.
Valley Boy.
Congratulations, Valley Boy. You got your rock and roll.
You got your shirt that's all written on by all my people. It's all yeah.
Yes. Not really, but why not?
Anyways, yeah.
You will get the shirt.
And thanks to everybody else for tuning in and entering the contest. And if you're a BC resident, please get out and support Sensible BC. Register and even get out and talk to others about it. And collect signatures if you can. Get people to pre-register. Get a form. They're not hard to come by. Off the website, they'll send you what you need, a little kit, and you can go out and collect some signatures. It's not hard to do. And Wednesday, well, actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Tomorrow, Tuesday, Myrnawana show. I think he's having an angry show or something. We're pissed off or something show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, what's that like? We puffed it tough, and he's doing something like that. I don't know.
He's not going to take it anymore, is he?
Well, I think he's got his nose out of joint about something.
Well, I'd be interested in hearing about that then.
From Under
Gotta
the
be something
Influence.
serious.
I think From Under the Influence is at its last recorded show, so they're going to need to record. No, they're going to need to record a whole bunch more shows because I think they ran out of.
Oh, that's right.
At the end of the hard drive is empty.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that most of the shows were recorded in 1967.
I think so, something like that. I don't know. Over those years, and of course. Thursday, Third Class Thursdays from Vapor Central is on. Friday, it's CCN News with the not here Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Vandermeer, and
With the vanishing Vandermeer.
Yeah, I'll have a report on a local art gallery / dispensary that's opening up in the downtown east side.
Nice.
So stay tuned for that.
There's a special report. That'll be cool. Marius will be coming in with that. And Jody Emery will have her show up, her recorded show, at some point. I don't know when. Thursday or
Usually
Friday,
we
Saturday.
record it on Thursday and it comes in as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Greg works
so
hard to get it up.
It
as
happens
fast as he
between
can,
Thursday and Saturday usually, somewhere in there. And I don't think Rebecca's coming in. Hey, Redbeard, thank you very much. And happy holidays to you too. He's wishing all of us from Redbeard Glass happy holidays.
And happy holidays to you too, Redbeard.
Thank you very much.
You have awesome glassware, that's for sure. And
yes.
he's back. He's back to say goodbye.
It's the vanishing Vandermeer.
Oh yeah, no, it's 4:26.
Sorry, business to deal with.
We were just in the midst of saying goodbye.
I will be back next
I might
week.
as well stay on camera.
Next week is my last show of the year, and just because of the way the holidays fall, believe it or not, I'm off until January the 7th.
January the 7th. That's not too long after New Year's. But
Well,
still,
from,
a lot
from
of
next
people.
week though.
Yeah, that's how many is
I
that?
s-
2
my-
weeks
my
or
li-
3 weeks?
3
Off.
weeks.
3 weeks off?
I got a good solid 3 weeks off.
Wow. Well,
But I
enjoy
will-
this show, guys, because our next show is going to be the last one. So,
But I might
we'll
just
make
be
it
here
juicy.
on Wednesday. I might show up on Wednesday. Or I might come in on Wednesday for Marijuana Man's show.
That's right. We're having a little bit of a CC staff party. It's a private party. I wish I could invite you all.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, and I think Mick is.
So I'm coming. I'm coming for the staff party, obviously, and then so I'll probably be here on Marijuana Man's show. He's got a special treat coming. I won't give it away.
Really?
I don't want to give it away.
No, don't give it away.
I won't
So-
give it away.
It's
I
always
saw. Did you see the show? I saw the recorded version already. I saw parts of the recorded, so I know it's coming up.
No, I
That's why
haven't.
I'm gonna jump in like it's like the Matrix. You get in there and jump into the record.
Oh, no, I'm surprised every week that he actually does a show. So
Who won, boy? I forgot. Oh, Valley Boy. Right. I can't forget that Valley Boy run.
no, Greg is awesome.
Valley Boys, don't forget. Send
And his
me
show's the
best. Mailing info, so we'll get that shirt out to you.
That's who won the shirt.
Yeah, Valley Boy.
Valley Boy.
Nice work.
Yeah, and yeah, you guys, because when you enter like numerous times, your name only goes in the hat once. So. Just makes it harder for us.
It's true. Yeah, it's just a nightmare for the bureaucrats here.
That's right. Well, it's normally Marius's job, and I see why. I was like,
Well, I do have a team of infinite monkeys.
Yeah.
I wish I had a trunk monkey sometimes.
Trunk monkey.
Yeah,
I don't
Sounds
know what
kinda
that
dirty or
is.
something.
No, a trunk monkey. That's like, you just when somebody says, yelling at you or whatever in traffic, when you're stopped, you push a button, the trunk opens, a monkey cuts out of the trunk, goes around the other side of the guy's car, with your tire iron, and just like wails into the side of the car a couple times, puts a few dents in it, gets back in your trunk, and away you go.
Didn't Clint Eastwood have one of those?
Trunk monkey. Yeah. He rode up front, I think. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That monkey went every which way.
Oh God.
They always do.
Yeah, but loose.
All right, guys.
Okay.
We're out of here.
Enough cheesy jokes for me.
Until next week. Check out all the rest of the Pot TV shows, and there's lots of great stuff coming up. And until later, cultivate your freedom. Peace.